Hey guys, it's Rob here and welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to talk about some more Nintendo Switch 2 topics. There's also some pretty interesting things when it comes to Gamecube games on the Nintendo Switch as well, so we're going to also cover that bit of news as well. There are also some more rumors rumbling about the Nintendo Switch 2 release date. If you guys remember the last video I did, we talked about the release date for the Nintendo Switch 2, and now we do have some more murmurings on an exact date for that release date, if it ends up being true. Of course, these could end up being fake. We will know eventually, probably pretty soon, since the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct is coming very soon. If you guys end up enjoying this video, leave a like, it helps the video reach more viewers when you do, and if you want to follow me on Twitter, my Twitter handle is RubbleRob93. So the Nintendo Switch 2 Nintendo Direct is coming up pretty soon. It's less than 2 weeks away, and when that happens, we're gonna get a bunch of news, and hopefully on games too, not just the Nintendo Switch 2 console, which I assume we will. Let me know what you guys think about that down in the comment section below, if we're gonna either get just the console and information about that, or are we also gonna get any games. But overall, I think one of the things that we're wondering is, when is that release date gonna be, if they're gonna announce it at the Nintendo Switch 2 Nintendo Direct, and is it gonna be soon, or are we gonna be waiting longer than we think, like holiday season? Well, when it comes to that topic, we recently talked about a rumor that popped up on March 19th, and this is what Switch 2 stock had to say on that rumor. New Switch 2 rumors. Switch 2 releasing in May. According to Media Market, a retailer in Poland, the employees were asked to prepare the shop for May, and they need a lot of space. Another retailer, RTV Euro AGD, was informed to prepare for May. Now, the interesting thing here is there are other places that are doing the same as well, as you can see in this photo right here over on Twitter. Super Caleb BC says, at Thunderstash YT, my Walmart has removed all Switch accessories, Switch 2 coming soon. Now, if you guys can do me a favor, if you've been to Walmart or Target or any place that has a really barren Switch area, let me know in the comment section below, because I'm really curious, because I'm gonna also be going to Walmart today. I'm gonna check out if it looks like this in the picture, and if it does, it might be for the Nintendo Switch 2 reveal and release. Now, that's not the only sign that points to a very soon release for the Nintendo Switch 2. Apparently, there are also rumors that Nintendo also sent a whole bunch of Nintendo Switch 2 devices to the United States. We also covered that in my last video as well. And this new rumor that happened 10 hours ago, according to Switch 2 stock over on Twitter, is just the recent rumor on a long line of different rumors popping up over the last couple months, or month I should say. So this is what Switch 2 stock has to say. New Switch 2 rumor, Switch 2 releasing on May 9th. An employee from a retailer, Saturn/Media Market in Germany, said that the Switch 2 is already listed internally for a May 9th release. Now, of course, this could be completely fake. Always keep that in mind when it comes to these things, but usually, especially when it comes to the Nintendo Switch 2, I've noticed when things keep popping up like this, like the DLSS, the Joy-Cons that were really special with the mouse in them, the power of the Nintendo Switch 2, these things keep popping up over and over and over again, and 9 times out of 10, especially when it comes to the Nintendo Switch 2 design. If you guys remember, a whole bunch of that leaked out way before Nintendo even revealed it during that initial Nintendo Switch 2 trailer. It usually ends up coming true. Could still be fake though, so keep that in the back of your mind. Now, if May 9th is the release date, that'd be pretty interesting, because that is before the June Nintendo Direct. If Nintendo is going to release it on that day, what I could see them doing, and why they're doing this, is more than likely to get ready for that June Nintendo Direct. I could see Nintendo opening the flood doors for Nintendo Switch 2 games right before the holiday season in summer, and then holiday season, everyone's looking for a new console to buy, and they buy it. Because when I say, oh, they're going to be doing it during holiday season, they could always release it in January, or not January, in the summer, and still have the same effect, where people are looking for something for their children, or their nephew, or maybe just for themselves, or their family member. You guys know what I mean. And it would still make them a ton of money, because it's just the newest, hottest thing from Nintendo. So while closer to holiday season would be the best in my opinion, I think releasing it in summer, May 9th, could work just as well, or in some cases even better if you have to wait longer. The longer the wait, the sweeter the reward, right? So if May 9th is the release date, that would be pretty cool and could still work for them in holiday season of 2025. And moving on to the next topic, it seems that Gamecube games might be coming to the Nintendo Switch online service. So Gamecube games is something that I've always wanted to see on the Nintendo Switch online service. There are plenty of games that I would love to play for various reasons. Sometimes you can't find a copy, sometimes the copy is just overly expensive. Sometimes it's just not available. Sometimes you do have a copy, but it doesn't really work anymore because there's scratches on the back or some reason or another. Or maybe you just never played it. Maybe you just want the ease of access of the actual game. Maybe you don't want to use an emulator, or maybe you just can't get the emulator to work. There are plenty of reasons why Nintendo bringing GameCube games to the NSO would be really fantastic, and it seems that might be happening with this new patent that Nintendo filed. So over on Family Boards, the post says this: it seems that Nintendo's attempt to obscure their upcoming Nintendo Switch Online controllers in their FCC filing may have been foiled once again by their rather distinct shapes. The FCC filing for this controller shows a rather unusual label position on the lower left of the rear of the device. And in the post, they end up comparing it to a GameCube controller. This is what they said about that. But if you overlay it with the back of the wired GameCube controller, it's a pretty exact match with the label position on the back of the C stick, imaged by @LIC. Now we know Nintendo definitely wants to increase that value proposition when it comes to the Nintendo Switch Online service. They've said it in their investor meeting. That's something we covered a while back. And we know that they're going to be adding more systems, more games. I mean, they're eventually going to run out, but for now, GameCube is still on the table despite them bringing games from the GameCube over to the Nintendo Switch. I think even if they do any remasters or remakes, I think GameCube on the NSO is still possible personally. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comment section below. But this is what the rest of the post says. Like the other Nintendo Switch Online controllers, it appears to have been reworked into a wireless Bluetooth controller. Unlike the others, it appears to use the Switch 2 model number prefix BEE. Now that part is pretty interesting because if this is something with the Nintendo Switch 2, we might actually see the announcement for GameCube games on the Nintendo Switch Online service sometime within the next couple months after the Nintendo Switch 2 is shown off, especially if that release date is May 9th, which would be very, very fantastic. I mean, imagine getting the Nintendo Switch 2, all the crazy games that are going to be announced for it, and GameCube games plus a new controller. I mean, that's gonna be a very, very great time for me as a Nintendo fan anyways. But let's continue with the post. Rather than the Switch 1 prefix HAC, with the full model being numbered BEE021, this suggests that the corresponding GCN NSO service will probably be a Switch 2 exclusive, which probably makes sense from the hardware power's perspective. Now the interesting thing about this is we did cover some findings of a upscaler for a Nintendo Switch patent. Now, we know that DLSS is currently rumored for the Nintendo Switch 2, and my thing in that was that I wonder if they're going to use this with the Nintendo Switch Online service, and the reason behind it being a Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive is maybe it is using the DLSS upscaling. For those who ever played GameCube games on the emulator Dolphin, you know that there is an upscale for games on the GameCube for the emulator. And a lot of times it makes them run and look fantastic. And if we end up getting that on the Nintendo Switch Online service for GameCube games, that would be really cool. And again, that does make sense why it would be a Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive. I wouldn't like it to be a Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive. I'm hoping that maybe it's just for the upscaler that's exclusive and people on the original Nintendo Switch can still play GameCube games. Another aspect could be that maybe this is just for marketing wise. Maybe it still does run on the Nintendo Switch 2, but to attract players and just the hype around it, they say, hey, this is for the Nintendo Switch 2, and then it'll say also compatible with the original Nintendo Switch. But anyways, let's continue. This doesn't necessarily mean that the controller will be fully incompatible with the Switch 1. However, as the two consoles will share an OS, Switch 1 very well might register it as a GameCube controller for games which already support that via the USB adapter. You may be wondering, could this just be a Switch 2 Pro controller? But there are several details that make that very unlikely. The most compelling of which is that it seems to lack any NFC functionality, something that the Switch 2 Pro controller would almost certainly have. So this is pretty interesting. I think like GameCube games, when it comes to that being on the Nintendo Switch, I really want that. Like if they're not gonna bring, let's say, Wind Waker to the Nintendo Switch, can we at least have it on the NSO? Games like Luigi's Mansion 1, that would be pretty cool to play that as well. And also not just for the games, just kind of for the nostalgia factor. I kind of wish, like, not even that, but like there are other games that maybe don't really require a remake or remaster, but I would like to play and have that ease of access, like Star Fox Adventures. That would be pretty cool to play again. and even other games like not necessarily Nintendo IPs, but iNinja. That's another game that I would love to play. And again, it's that ease of access, just firing up your Switch 2 or Nintendo Switch, and then you click on the NSO app and you just click on the game and you play. You don't have to download an emulator, you don't have to worry about any problems that will happen. Well, not necessarily anyways. We know that Nintendo Switch Online service isn't really 100% perfect. Now and again, you do get some games that end up having glitches or errors or, you know, just your usual problems when it comes to emulation. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.